Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out CrafTAE. This is a game that's coming to Steam in July 2025. I am playing this in April 2025, so everything that you're about to see is most definitely subject to change. There is a demo, so if you like what you see, you can give the game a try, download it, and see if you want to add it to your wish list. So this is one of those card crafting survival games. And I will admit I'm not really good at these games because I have a terrible memory and I always forget like what combines with what to make what. So it's one of those things. So you have to like manage a little village, and on top of that, enemies are going to be attacking you. So you can even customize villager names, which is great. You're going to select a dungeon. In the first level, it's just the goblin hole. It's just a wave of enemies that will come out and attack you, and they get more and more difficult over time. And then you can pick your biomes. In the beginning, you have like the plains and the forest, but then you unlock the mountains and some other biomes. But you have to keep playing to unlock those. And then, at least in my playthrough, I had one villager. And I had no idea how to make more. I checked the little, you'll see it in a little bit, but there's a little like guidebook that you can bring up and you can see how most things craft and work together, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So all I had access to was the plains location and a forest location and a village location. And by assigning my Vince card to these locations, different things would spawn. And in the distance, there was the goblin hole that would spawn goblins over time, again, in waves. So I pretty much, I liked the OCD side of this, putting my apples over here, putting my wood over here, and finding different things by exploring different cards. That part of it's okay. And then, like I said, there's this like card library that you can pull up and you can see how everything kind of works together. If you click on a particular card off to the right, it'll give you like, this is how to craft, it makes this, this, and this. And if you click on the wording in the description, it'll drill to that particular thing. So like I was trying to figure out how to cook an egg because I couldn't eat a raw egg. And so I went to the food section and I saw cooked egg and I'm like, I need that. How do I get that? And I saw, oh, campfire. So I clicked on the campfire word and it brought me to the camp. So I need flint, which I need to refine stone. It's just, oh my God. It's just so many things I had to refine. And so combat in this game is the other side of this. All you do is you drag your card over the enemy, or if the enemy comes next to you, it'll just attack you automatically. You've got attack points and health, and the enemy has attack points and health, and you do simultaneous damage, so you have to watch for that. In fact, I failed my first two times at this because I had a hard time seeing the numbers. I thought the enemy I was attacking, the goblin thief I thought it was, had 3 attack. Here it had 5 attack, and I'm like healing my guy. I got 4 health. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I attack him, I die. Because I misread the number. It was hard for me to see. So that was an issue. But the biggest problem for me in this game, like I said, was like I didn't know what to do next and how to get things done. And I think that's part of the gameplay loop. Like this is the kind of game where you learn by experience and trial and error. And I'm generally not one of those people. Now, there is a little question mark on the top that you can click on. And off to the left, it'll spawn quests. But these quests don't appear to be in any particular order. Like crafting a wooden shield and a primitive sword. I'm like, well, what about the campfire thing? That's what I was worried about. I was worried about the campfire. And I would think I would need that first to keep fed. So, like, it's spawning these random quests at me, and it's not like helping. They're not helping. I wish there was a way if I hovered over a wood card, I wish there was a tooltip on screen that would tell me what it did and what it could craft into. Like, I found myself having to pause and go into that help book on a regular basis. And, like, it kept breaking the immersion. I had, every time I wanted to do something, pause. All right, look, try and find it in this book. I wish there were more on-screen aids to help me identify what this thing does so that I don't have to keep looking it up. That would have been nice. But, see, I like the idea of, like, chickens running around. And if you have too much poop, then rats appear That's interesting too. Like that's cool. I didn't think I would need an outhouse as soon as I did, but yeah, the outhouse gets rid of the extra poop that the animals are dropping. The cow is making all this milk, which is great for feeding my character. There's a green bar next to my character, and I have to keep feeding him to keep him from losing health. But at the same time, like I want to make a campfire. I want to make. I feel like I don't have enough time to do everything that I need to, and that's frustrating because I only have the one character. And what's funny is that when I failed the second time, because again I misread the damage on the enemy, and I have poor eyesight, so it's hard for me to see it. I misread it and I died again, frustrated, and the game said you have enough food to get another villager. Okay, how do I do that? No explanation, so I just quit. Like I apparently had enough food saved up, but the game didn't tell me how to find. All this time I've been running on one villager, I don't know how to make more, and maybe I'm missing it in that guidebook again. But it's not very intuitive. So like on one hand, I'm having fun with this game, but on the other hand, I am getting like there are moments where I'm extremely frustrated and I just quit. And I'll come back to it later when I'm not so frustrated. So it's one of those like love-hate games with me. Some of you may enjoy this kind of gameplay loop, the discovery, the frustration. Some of you may like that. Me personally, like again, I have a harder time with games like this. I wish just things were a bit more intuitive, that the quests were a bit more handholdy, like in order what I need to do to survive on my, because this is my first run and I died twice. You'd think I'd beat it on my, the first level shouldn't be this difficult to beat. So there's definitely a learning curve with this, maybe too high for some people like me. So take that for what you will. Again, the game has 3 months. I'm going to thumb it up for now because I think it does more good than bad, but I still think there's room for improvement, especially in terms of like how intuitive it is and teaching the new player what this game can actually do. Well, this is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.